make one of my family's favorite meals, enchiladas. I use ground turkey instead of ground beef because we don't really eat a lot of red meat in our house. So I have 2.5 pounds of ground turkey that has been thawed. We're going to put in a pan. Turn it on medium. I'm going to start with 2 cups of water and see how the turkey adapts. You have to break up the turkey into itty bitty pieces. And you brown hamburger meat for enchiladas the same way. You also need water. And then I made my own taco seasoning, which is another video. Feel free to check out. So once you get the turkey pretty much broken up, like this. There we go. I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of my taco seasoning. And yes, they're heaping tablespoons because we like taco seasoning. And if you see how the water has been absorbed now by the turkey, that's why we have 4 cups out, because we might need more. Alright, so we're going to add some more water. So now we've done a total of 3 cups of water. And we are going to leave this on medium for about 10 minutes and let the turkey cook. So our turkey has been browning for about 10 minutes. It would appear that we need some more seasoning because the meat is a little off color. So it's brown and we want more of a reddish tint to it. So I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons. 2 more tablespoons of our seasoning and let this cook for another 5 minutes. And then we'll drain it and start on our enchiladas. So our taco meat has been cooking for about 5 more minutes. It's the right shade, a little bit of reddish tint to it. So we're going to turn it off. And we're going to drain it into our colander and let it sit for another 5 to 10 minutes to cool off, so that I don't burn myself when forming enchiladas. Alright, we'll let it cool. So our meat has had enough time to cool off. So now we're going to make the filling for our enchiladas, which is the taco seasoned turkey. I'm going to use, there's 2 cups of enchilada sauce in 1 can, so I'm going to use about half of that. And then we're going to add 2 cups of cheese. This will help bind all of that together. So I'm going to mix that. And then if you've ever worked with corn tortillas before, they break apart really, really easily. So one of the tricks that I've learned is that if you take 5 or 6 of them at a time and you put them in the microwave for just 30 seconds, it makes them pliable enough that they don't tear as you wrap them. So if I can figure out how to get these open, we are going, I'm going to count out 6 of them and put them in, wrap them in paper towels. And we're gonna stick those in the microwave for 30 seconds. Then we'll get started. So our tortillas are ready. I'm gonna take the rest of the enchilada sauce from that first can that I opened and pour it in the bottom of the pan. This will make sure that the bottom of your tortillas doesn't get dried out and they don't stick. So I have my tortillas. I have another set in the microwave now waiting. I'm just going to take a spoonful of the filling, wrap them up, and put them the seam side down in our pan. Wrap it up. And we will go on like this until we've used up all of our filling. And we'll keep heating up the tortillas in the microwave for 30 seconds as we go as well. 6 of them at a time. So we're still filling tortillas. What I'm going to show you is how I squeeze extra in. So when I first started, there were only 5 that would fit across, so we just kind of shove to the side and slide another one in on the end. That gives you more enchiladas in one row. Because I don't like to double stack them, that means they get lost in the shuffle and it ends up being more like a lasagna than it does an enchilada. So I can fit 14 in one pan. So what I'm going to do is I have more enchilada sauce. And I'm just going to pour it over the top. And then this is where having gloves comes in really handy. You want to make sure that every piece of the tortillas are covered in the sauce. Otherwise they get dried out and crunchy, and not crunchy in like a yummy fried tortilla way, but more like a chewy, this doesn't taste right kind of way. So they're all covered. Remove that one. And then I'm going to take cheese and cover the top. And this is a Mexican 4-cheese blend that we get at the store, but you can use regular cheddar or any other cheese that you like. And then we cover all of the tortillas also with cheese, because we are a cheese family. We're going to stick this in the oven. It's a 400-degree oven. We're going to cook it for 35 minutes until the cheese is melted and everything is, the enchiladas are perfect. And then we'll take them out and we'll try them. Our enchiladas are out of the oven, and we're going to let them cool off for about 5 minutes, then we'll dig in.